Hello, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. So if you are looking for any resume project, this is the best resume project which can add a value to your resume. Okay, so let me explain what is this project is. Actually, this is a full stack bingo application which we are going to deploy using DevSecOps strategy. Okay, and first what we will do, the code is there in the GitHub in the source code repository. From there we will clone it in our local and we will test out in the local is working or no. And when in the local, if it is tested out, then we will go for the deployment on the server of AWS server. Okay, then we will integrate cicd pipeline. Then I'll show you how to create infrastructure and we will go with that method. Okay, let me take you to the GitHub. This is the GitHub. Actually, this is two contributor for this application source code, right? This is Andrew, who is actual the owner of this, who has created this application, but this was in Portuguese language. Okay, and it was outdated, so I have added some of the updated configuration dependencies for that, and it is converted into English version. Okay, as you can see that this project is usually use the WebSocket, so you can have the progress logs, what going on your application. You can create a multiple player game, right? It is actually is a bingo game, right, with the 99 numbers objects. Okay, and it's using as a React.js, Next.js, and the Socket UI. Okay, so basically it's a JavaScript application. This is the where I will be updating this after the completion of this video, and you will be finding the updated link with the GitHub repository. Okay, no issue for that. So now let's go and discuss what we are going to do now. If I zoom this, okay, so let me add with this one more point. Just a second. Okay, so let me just add the few things. First, what we will do it, we have the code, right? So we already cloned in my laptop, right? In my local laptop. This is my local laptop, right? So what I will do it, I will try to test it locally, right? Whenever the code is given from the developer, you have to test it in your locally, it's working or no. If it's working locally, there's a possibility that it will obviously will be running on the server side, right? So the first step what we will do, we will clone from the GitHub and we will test in our local machine. Okay, after the testing is fine, I will show you the real-time logs, how you're going to get it, and I will show how it's working, right? After that, what we will do, we will create an infrastructure EC2 using Terraform infrastructure as code, right? From there, what we will do, we will use one file to deploy our applications like Nodejs with the Jenkins, and we will install Trevi, and we will install Docker. We will install one EC2 instance. We will create one EC2 instance. We will create one VPC. Within that VPC, we will create one subnet. Okay, we will create the infrastructure. Then we will install all the dependencies of these applications. Okay, then we will progress and we will integrate continuous CI/CD pipeline. So I think that point is clear, right? So quickly we'll go back now to our project. Okay, let me just show you that this is the where my git all my projects is there, right? So what I will do it, I will open with VS Code, right? So my project file is opened over here. So let me explain to you before I start it out. See, let me just sync over here. Okay, see, there is all all scripts written over here. app.js, which is to create calling. You can create rooms in your application game, right? There is index.s JavaScript file. Then you have package.json, right? You have bingo display, how it's going to create. You have chat display, native. All the dependency for the application and the scripts is written over here. So everything is fine, available, and it is converted. Maximum is tried to convert into the English version. Okay, so now what we will do it now, basically we will open a terminal, right? Let me open a terminal and let me check where I am in the currently in the stage project, right? So what I have to do it, I have to go into the bingo one, right? This is where my code is exist. So what I will do quickly, I'll go into this, then let me check I'm the correct directory. Yes, I'm into the correct directory. Okay, so what I will do it first, I'll follow the command, I'll follow the document which is written over here, right? So let me open the readme also. Okay, the readme doc. First what you have to do it in the same directory where your code is there, you have to run npm install, right? So basically the npm install, it will install the npm, right? npm dependency. Just we have to wait for the few seconds. Then the next command is that we have to run npm dev, because we are running in the dev environment. Some other vulnerability, no issue. This is for the only for the testing purpose, no issue. So it's creating started on which 3000 port, right? So if I check the package.json file, this is a script which is written over here. Just a second. See, dev, the script dev, if you call it will start the dev. If you want to build, it will call next build. If you start the application, then you can give the specific code, then it will start the application. The dependencies also is there in the package.json. So as the programmer, you have everything. And the dependency, the version is, we have to go for the 16 version of the node. Okay, Node.js application. So everything is over here, and we have started our application also, right? So how it's accessible? It's accessible at HTTP 3000. So what I will do it, I'll go quickly and I will open one term tab and I will click over here. So it will start my application. Let me check it out. Is the application is working out fine or no? Yes, it's working fine. So what we will do it quickly, application is working on my local. So we are testing in the room. So let's say we'll create one room as demo 1, right? I'll give my name Asim for the testing purpose. Okay, I will let me just create a room ID. I'll give it Asim. I'll keep number of the balls on 99, right? So what we have done, Asim 99. Okay, so if you check here, you should able to see the logs over here. So the client server is working. So let me just check it out. Let me start this application. The client is successfully compiled, server successfully, right? So what I will do it, let me go back again. Let me create one room with the name as demo 12, right? I will start it over here. So I should be able to see some of the lags over here with the room name and everything. Why it's not bringing over here the client? Wait, is a compiling server. Okay, so what I will do it, I will hit another number. So number is done. So I'll copy the same link. I'll do as a multiple, right? So I have given the host as demo 212. Let me just check it out which number I have gave it over here, and I'm creating. Asim demo 2, right? It's Asim. Enter. Good morning. So this is how you're communicating, right? The room name already was the demo 2 Asim, right? So if you check over here, you will be seeing the logs over here. The room is created with demo 2 and the name is Asim and the ID is over here, right? This is how you get it now. Now what I will do it, just let me just see it. If I give hi, then also you'll be able to see that. No, let me open from another terminal. So what I will do it, I will just go and I will open one incognito mode. Then I will open the same thing, right? I will give as a name Akram, right? So we require two members to chat in the application, right? So let me just try. I'll say hi from here. Does it counts over there also? So yes, I'm fine. Okay, you should be able to see over here also. See, I'm fine. This is how you can communicate between two users, okay, using this application. So if you check in the log, then you're able to see that, another room, another member has joined this room. The room is demo2 and the name is Akram. This is how the applications goes. If you want to switch to the game, then you can go for the game also, and the game way you can start the game over here. Let me just go with this, right? And what I will do it, I will create the room. I will give it at a test1, right? I'll give 99. I'll give it new, create it, start the game, right? Let me try in another terminal, the same link which I have opened the game. Will it getting the call or no? So it will take me to the same way, right? So this is how you can play. If you start the game over here, so it's 99 game. If you go on the YouTube, you can search what actually how the games goes on, okay? So this is a template bingo game over here. So if you go in the logs, then you'll find that yes, one host is done, one host is done. So this is how the logs are coming up. If the logs are correct, that means the application is working fine. If there is any error, you'll be finding the error over here in using your application. So now in our case scenario, we already successfully tested our application, which is working in the in our local successfully, right? So the next step, what is the come that we have to go and deploy on the server, right? To create deploy on the server, what we required one infrastructure, right? EC2 machine, right? And we required one VPC, right? We required one VPC. In the VPC, what we will do it, we will create one subnet, right? In the subnet, we will create one EC2 machine, right? We'll create one EC2 machine, fine. In that EC2 machine, we will install this applications, right? Like we required SonarQube, we required Jenkins. So how we are going? We are going with the Terraform. So what we will do with the Terraform, I'll create one VPC. In that way, I'll create one subnet. I'll create one EC2 instance, and I will attach one security group so that I should open the ports which I required for SonarQube, Jenkins, and a Node.js application because it's working in 3000, and other remaining Docker 9000 SonarQube. So this is how we can do it, right? Fine. Let me go back again to this terminal. So what I will do it now, I will just Control C to turn my application from the local. If you turn it out over here, then you will see that our application is down, right? Because application has been stopped. We have disabled the application now, fine. So the local testing is fine. Now let's switch to back CD, right? I'll go back to, let me just minimize this. Okay, so we have a Terraform over here, right? We'll switch back to Terraform. To Terraform directory folder where I have all the code written over here. So let me just give a simple explanation about this. What is the code? And this already video I have covered about this how we are creating the infrastructure, okay? How we are creating the infrastructure. So I have already covered the detailed video about this in my Terraform series, that is the day 04, okay? So that link I will share with you, okay? Or let me show you now only, okay? So let's go and I'll show you the video also. See, this is a video where we have discussed all the details, so I don't want to repeat again. You can go back to this video and check it out, how we are creating EC2 install, deploying nginx, web server, Trevi, and Jenkins, and within a VPC and the subnet, right? So we are attaching one security group. We are providing internet gateway, route table, so that our traffic should be diverted to our EC2 instance server, which is hosting our bingo application, okay? So just go and check it out this here in the detailed way, okay? So let me come back to my project where I will just simply I will explain. Detail I'll not be going into that. You can check it out in my video, okay? I'm creating one VPC, right? In the VPC I'm creating one product one as a subnet. Okay, in that I'm providing internet gateway because we required internet gateway. We required root table to go to the internet to the to our VPC, our EC2 instance. So whatever the request is coming from the browser, it has to pass to that. We are associating that root table to our subnet. Okay, we are adding one security group, and we are opening the port 2280. 22 required for SSH because we are accessing the server after this creation 80, and for this HTTP and HTTPS, and we required for the Node.js also 3000 port because we will be running for that application. We required 8800 8080 Jenkins and SonarQube on 9000. For the SonarQube we are using Docker Docker container, right? So inbound rules we have outbound, and I'm attaching tag name as a project 10. So we are creating one EC2 instance with T2 large because it's required T2 large of the size, and we are giving one key. This key has to be in your EC2 instance. Okay, sorry, in your region of Mumbai 1, you have to have this T2 large. Okay, you can change that also. Change in your case with existing key. Okay, this you can check it out on my video. We are attaching everything, that is fine, everything, right? And in the provider we are providing the details that it should be AP South 1 and the default AWS provider. That's it. Okay, so this part is done. So, and after that we are calling one after that in the user data we are calling one deploy.sh. In the deploy.sh we have all the commands in the sequence way which it will deploy, and it will create everything. It will install nginx, it will install Jenkins, right? It will install Jenkins, then it will install Docker, and it will create one Docker SonarQube container, right? And it will install Trivi on the instance. So quickly, this is fine. So first step, what we require to initiate this infrastructure, we have to check that AWS is exist or no. If I check AWS CLI, so it will prompt you that is exist. Yes, you are getting some commands, so that means AWS CLI is it. The prerequisite of this project is that you should have you should be able to install VS Code in your local, AWS CLI, Terraform. So for that also you have to go and check it in my first video where I have already covered that how to install AWS CLI on your local machine, and in how to install Terraform on your own local machine. Okay, you have to cover everything, plugins, and we covered this all dependency in this video. So with this video the prerequisite is completed, right? So now what I will do it, I will just go for the AWS configure, right? So if I check AWS configure, oh no, I missed out the command AWS configure, right? So already I have the key. So quickly what I will do it, I will go in AWS, and I will just check my keys are valid or no. Fine, my keys are valid. So if you want to configure, just go and go into here in the security credentials, then you can go and you can create your new account, create new access key, then you can configure your location. You can refer for that our video. Okay, okay, so I'll keep it everything default. So configuration is fine. So then the first step what I will do it, where I am now in the Terraform infrastructure. Okay, that's fine, our code is over here. So what I will do it, I will just validate my code with the Terraform validate, right? So it will prompt me that missing some of the configuration provider isn't able, you may be able to install automatically running. Okay, fine. Oh, sorry, I did one mistake that I have to first what I have to do it, I have to create this directory in order to run Terraform command. So Terraform init, right? First command I have to pass it Terraform init. It will create one registry and it will log the version of DevSecOps, that is Terraforms. Right? It's saying that version 590 will be logged, and if you check it over here, one I think .terraform is created, right? So it will create multiple files also. Just wait for the few seconds, you should be able to see that also, right? See, here is the log one. If you check this, you're able to see that this version has been logged, right? So now what we will do after that, we will validate our code. Is there any error? Because I have tested before, but still let us validate one more time. Maybe some syntax error or any minor errors may occur. okay, my configuration file. What I will do it, Terraform apply, and I will give it forcibly, right, auto approve. So it should not prompt me that just please enter yes command, auto approve. So it will create VPC first. Okay, it will create VPC, then it will create the subnet as we have discussed. I will show you this. See, first it will create what it will create. It create the VPC, then it will create subnet, it will create EC2 instance, then security group will be assigned to that after the creation of security group, and it will open the ports what we have mentioned. Then afterward, last step, it will call as user data, and when installed, it will call our deploy.sh file. So see, VPC is created, subnet security group is created, internet gateway is created, root table is created. So it's following our sequence what we have given in the main.tf. Then it attached association, right? Root table is associated with the product subnet. The next step what we have assigned root volume 25. So now what will happen is that it will take few seconds. Reason for that is our infrastructure is created, but the dependencies, the applications which we have mentioned in the deploy.sh, we have given a pause of 5 seconds, 15 seconds, right? Because in order to execute this command, we require a gap of this, right? So for after the 5 seconds, you must start this one, and it should go process with all the steps. Okay, so it will take approximately 20 to 30 seconds or 40 seconds. So you have to be patient in order to check it out everything. So what we can do in this scenario, just we can go and validate is our VPC is created or no. Okay, so in this case, what I will do it, I will go back to EC2. No, let me go back. So I'll be over there itself. So it's created, it's running, but the status is pending, right? We have to wait for the status to be passed 2 by 2. So if you check this instance, okay, you will check it out all the details. Okay, public IP is attached to is, and the VPC is attached. The VPC is my VPC project 1, which we have given over here, right? Where is my file, Terraform file main.tf? See what we have given VPC name. We have given my VPC project 1, right? My VPC project 1 subnet, we have given product 1. Okay, and the security group also we have given over here, security group, and we have given project SQ10, right? SQ10. So the storage also we have given 24, right? So it will take 24 GB as per that. So just we will refresh this so that it should pass 2 by 2, and I will wait for few seconds. First step, what we will do it, we will take the IP of this instance, okay, and I will go and I will check here. It should start my nginx, right? Because we have, yes, nginx is working fine now. So then the second step, what I have to do it, I have to validate what is there, is Jenkins is started or no, or it will take few seconds for that. It's taking time, so just wait for the few seconds, it will start. See, the Jenkins is started. Now what happened, the next command is move for the Docker for the SonarQube. So it will take more few seconds, right? So just I will wait for this here 9000, so it will take time. Just will wait for the like 30 seconds or 60 seconds. We have just refreshed, and it's taking approximately one minute to restart all the applications which we have installed, right? So we are to now SonarQube. So now our application is fine. So what we will do, the next step, that we will try to access using MobaXterm as a third-party application, right? So just I will open MobaXterm here. Session, new add session, then SSH, provide the IP address, then the default is Ubuntu, right? And private key, then I will give the key PEM test 1234, right? this name which we have given. Yes, the authentication is passed. So we are now into EC2 instance, right? So sudo su to take the root access. So now first what we will do it, we already validated that SonarQube is fine. SonarQube is installed everything, but we cannot check outside of Trevi is installed or no. So what we will do it in the console way, we will try and we will check Trevi is installed or no. So if I check Trevi version, you should be able to see Trevi version is fine. So with the Terraform infrastructure as code, we are able to create all the dependency. If I check the Docker - version, you should be able to see Docker version, right? If I say Docker PS for running container, yes, the container is running, which is for the SonarQube. Okay, this is also fine. And if I check system CTL status Jenkins, I'm already know that Jenkins is working, right? So it's showing that is fine. So that is fine. So now what we will do it, we require the key for this, right? Jenkins. So you can copy from here with the status, or else you can go and follow this cat also, right? So just continue over here. So I'll show you that. Copy this command and I'll continue. Okay, so just Jenkins, let me save it. Okay, install the plugins. So what I will say it, please install the default plugin. By second means you can use this command just to check also, right? So you're able to see the same thing, CE8 and E key. This is the keys which you're going to create, right? So this part is done. The next step, we have tested this also, right? Just for the case, what I will do, I will add the password also. I will just add over here. No, it is installing the Jenkins, right? So see, after that I have installed the default plugins. So in case if this topic is like paused or missed out, so just click on just paste your keys, right, from the terminal using this command. Let me show you the command with the cat and the path of this, and you insert, then you install the default plugins. Okay, so before that we are moving to next step. What we are doing is that we are creating Jenkins user and the password. Okay, just to remember that. So after that, whenever the prompt is come, I will give that one. So just wait for the few seconds, right? So SonarQube also, by default the password and username is the same way, admin and admin, right? You should be able to log in now. Just log in and create a new password, right? What was it? Admin is the old password, right? The new password I will give it the same way for the bingo user, right? So just to remember, in the real case you can keep it in the same way, right? It's up to you, user. No, bingo user update. So we have add over here SonarQube, paste it. Okay, password fine. So let me check it out in the Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins is asking, I'm saying that bingo password I already bingo user, right? Password also I will give it bingo user, right? I'll give bingo user, I'll give it bingo, I'll give it any name, no issue. I will continue and save, right? So this is where my application is working. So right, Jenkins is working fine. Okay, so what we have to do it, we have to go now. The next step, what we have to do, we have to install some of the plugins which we required to integrate your applications, right? So we required npm, we required plugins for the SonarQube and the Jenkins, we required GitHub plugins, everything. So by default, what we will do it, we will install the plugins. So just wait for the for this. Just go back here, manage Jenkins, and then go back to plugins. then go for available plugins. Let's install the plugins first. So first plugin what we required is SonarQube scanner. Then we required JDK, that is Java. Okay, so I'll be setting Java for this use case, right? I'll be use casing of Java, and I will be using SonarQube, Java, and Node.js application. So I required a Node.js 2 plugin, right? I'll take this plugin also, and I required owasp dependency check, so I will take that plugin also. So I have clicked this plugin, so the plugins are 4. And in the meanwhile, what I required Docker also, right? So because we are using we are connecting to Docker Hub, right? We have to push the image, we have to fetch the image and deploy it after building the image of the Docker. So in this case, what we will do, we will take the Docker, okay, and we will check it out this, and we will add Docker first and Docker common, and we require Docker pipeline, and I required Docker API, then I required Docker build step, right? So I required this all the plugins. So just what I will do it, let me review one more time. Did I miss it? SonarQube is fine, Eclipse Tremor is fine, Node.js is fine, owasp dependency is fine, Docker is fine. Okay, for meanwhile it's fine. If in the pipeline progress pipeline, we will add if required any additional pipeline, any additional plugins. Okay, so just for the few seconds we will wait. Let's the plugins get installed, then we will install our restart our Jenkins server. Okay, the plugins are getting installed. We'll wait for the few seconds. Okay, the plugin is installed. So what we will do it, we will restart one time so that it should be reactivated, right? Restart from the URL, and I'll click yes. Please restart my Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins is restarted, right? So what I will do it now, I'll go back over here, and now what we will do it, we'll go to the manage Jenkins, right? We'll go and we'll configure the tools, right? This is used for the configuration of the tools. So just I'll click on the configure tool. Then first to configure, what I have to do it, I have to just go for the JDK, and I will click and I will add the name as JDK, right? JDK 17, I require JDK 17. Then I will say just take it from Terraform, add installer, install from opdm.net, right? And the version I will be taking for the 17 version, right? So I'll go for 17 dot it can be anything, just I'll take 001. Okay, fine, this is done. So we added one JDK. The next thing we have to add is a sonar scanner, right? Sonar scanner, just go down here, you'll be finding sonar scanner. So just go below here, then you'll be finding sonar scanner installation, right? Click on the sonar scanner, just name as sonar hyphen scanner, right? Then I'll check the version, I'll keep it as a latest, no issue. Sonar what required, okay, sonar scanner is fine, I'll keep the latest, that is fine. Then what we need to configure, I need to configure Node.js installation, right? So I'll click it Node.js, then I'll give the name as Node. I required 16 for my application, right? So from here also I have to select Node 16 version. I'll be taking exactly as per my requirement, that is 16.20. right? Then I'll go back and I will go for the dependency check. I'll add dependency check. Then I will give the name for the dependency check as a DP, right? DP. So just to remember that it's for the dependency check. And what I will do it, I will just say install automatically, and I will click as dependency check 6 dependency check 6.51 for my application. Okay, this is fine. Then I have Docker installation, so I will just add Docker. Then I'll give name as a Docker for the Docker in the small, right, Docker, and I will say that installed a latest version. Latest. Okay, that is fine. Then I will apply and I will save it. So what we have done, we have added the tools. Okay, the next thing what we have to do it, we have to go to back to the SonarQube, and what I will do, I will create one token. So in order to create the token, what you have to do it, you have to go to the dashboard of the our SonarQube. Then we have to go back to the administrator, right? For the administrator, we have to go to security. Then we have to go to users. Okay, in the users, what you have to do it, you have to create one token of just from click here. I'll just name as per my requirement. I will say that this is used for Jenkins integration, right? Jenkins integration. Okay, I'll just click on the generate integration. Yes, this is fine. Jenkins integration, that is fine, right? So what I will do is just I will click generate token. So I have created this token. I will keep in my document. So just in order to remember that this is SonarQube token, right? So SonarQube token, and the name of the server what we have initiated is Jenkins integration, right? This is a user we have created. So just I'll go back here and I will save it over here. Then I'll click save. So this is in one document. Then I'll go back to my application. We'll add this token which we have created. So what we will do it, we'll go back to the Jenkins and we'll click plugin and we'll go back to the credentials. Then I have to go for the globally. Then I'll select the global credentials, right? In the golden convention, I have to select secret text because we are using just did a mistake. We will just go from here. We will check secret text. Then I will just take the text from here which I have copied. Then I will just click here and I will paste it over here, right? Just I'll copy in the code which I have created. Just I'll open Notepad in order to just to have that. I'll paste this token on here, right? So I have pasted the token. Then what I have to do it, I have to provide one ID. Okay, so I will give it as a sonar. I have given token. And description also we can give the same thing. So just I'll copy the sonar token and I will paste it over here. Just click on the create, then the sonar token is created, and just I will go back again, right? And what I will do, I will go to the manage Jenkins. We will add the security group like quality gate web tokens. So just click on the administration, then we will click on the webhook. If you click it over here, then you'll find the webhook over here. Then if you go here, you'll find there is no webhook over here, right? So just click over here, just give the name over here. You give it the name as a Jenkins, right? Jenkins name, and then you require the URL, right? So just go back to the Jenkins and just give the URL of the Jenkins. Just save it over here, copy here and paste it over here. And then secret text, the one which we have, SonarQube hyphen webhooks, right? So this is how you give in the same thing you give in, right? So this is how you give in the GitHub when you're integrating with the GitHub webhooks or with the Jenkins. The same way we are creating the webhook just to interact with the SonarQube and then the Jenkins within that. If the SonarQube's scan, which we are doing the code static analysis, right? If it is failing, then it has to stop all the process of our Jenkins pipeline. So this is will be as a treated as a gate, right? Security gate in the sense. So it's act like that gate, okay? And just click on the create. That is already have been added. So the next step what we will do it, we will go and configure the system which you have created, right? We already added the tools over here in the Jenkins, but we need to configure the systems, right? So because we need to add SonarQube server in our system, Jenkins system, right? So in order to do that, you have to come to the Jenkins, manage Jenkins, then you have to come to here. Then if you scroll down over here, then you will find SonarQube server, right? Where it is over here. So here you have to give the URL of the CA of your SonarQube. I'll give it as a SonarQube, and I have added already the default port. I have given the path of my server and the 9000 port which is working, right? So and here I have to give the token which we have created again, right? We already added the credentials over here. So if you just give over here, it will act apply. Fine, this is already saved. Okay, so okay, I think I have added the slash. Just remove the slash over here. So now this is how the Jenkins will communicate with your SonarQube server, right? So this is already done. So the next step, what will happen then after that, we will add the remaining dependency. Let me review what we have done. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Okay, this is fine for the case. We can go for the next step. Okay, so what we will do now, we will go back and we'll create one simple pipeline. Just we will fetch the code from the GitHub, right? We'll fetch the code from the GitHub and we will try to run using the pipeline. So what I will do it, I'll create new, then I will add as a bingo project, right? So I will check as a pipeline, then I'll go back over here. Fine, then I'll give this pipeline for Jenkins, this pipeline for bingo application and deployment, right? Deployment. So as for the dev security, we have to give only the maximum build as 2, just to minimize the storage and not to keep the logs very heavily. So this is fine, this is fine. Again we'll go back over here. This also we can integrate later on, then we'll go for back over here. Okay, so what we will do it, the first thing what we will do it, we will first start the script, writing the script. We will take hello world, right? We will take hello world and we will take the steps over here. And if I am not wrong, I have already have the written way, right? I have already written the Jenkins file, which I'll copy over here and I will paste it over here, just to make you remember that, okay, this is what we are doing it. Okay, after that what we will do it, I will explain the steps what we are doing, and I will say that please check out from the SonarQube. No, let me add one more point. See here what we are saying that we already installed JDK 17, right? We are mentioning that tools to be considered for our application is JDK 17 and Node.js 16, which we already configured here in the Node.js application and everything, okay, in the Jenkins tool. Then what we are saying that go and fetch our data, our code which is exists in GitHub, right? So what we are doing the property just fine. So just what I will do, I will apply now and I will save it. Okay, I will try now first basic pipeline. Just I'll try to run my basic pipeline now, so that it should it should use any agent which is available in our Jenkins server, and it should clean the workspace before starting the build, and it will check out the code from the Git. Okay, so if you check in the console, let me just take you to the console. Then you're able to see that, okay, in the console output you're able to see that there is some code is fetched from there and it's stored over there, right? So if I check go and validate in my terminal in the server side, just if I go over here and see in the project, if you ll, you're able to see that there is a code available over here, right? Whichever the code which was exist in my GitHub is from the GitHub repo, all the code is over here, right? So all the code is over here. This is what our intention was there, to run the first basic pipeline. Okay, so the second step, okay, the second step what we will do it, we will go and change our pipeline. We will add more step to it. Just go for the configure, right? Then I'll go for the build steps. Okay, let me add few points more. Let me just zoom it. Okay, so the next step what I will add Sonar stage, right? I will add the Sonar stage for my application. But the case is that before I do that, I need to add, right? So just we will add that, no issue. How this we created, right? Okay, and I will say that please run code in the server, and this is the key which we are using for the Jenkins, right? For Jenkins and the SonarQube integration. So for that part, let me just go and cover up that part also to you. So what happened and what it will do, it will use the Sonar token which we have created and we have added in the Jenkins. Okay, it will go to the it will connect to our SonarQube server, and then it will analyze our complete code, whatever the code is in the application, and it will revert back to you in the way that the code is passed or fail, and it will prompt you that what are the changes to be done, and whatever the things has to be done. In order to receive this, in order to comply this all the settings, we require additional things. So what you have to do is, okay, just you have to go to the webhook, right? We'll go over the projects. Then I'll click on the manually. Then I'll give the name of what I should give. I'll give the same as I've mentioned over here in my code, right? So what I will do it, I'll go back here. Then I will give the name as bingo, right? Which we have already give the name, project name as bingo. So just I'll copy over here. Then I'll go back and I will paste the bingo here, right? So if you click it over here, then you will be able to see that the branch also is a name, right? So the main branch is fine because it's in the main. Just click on the setup. Then what we required locally, right? So just click on the locally, then you'll go for the bingo. So just use existing token which is there. So just you have what you have to do it, you have to paste the token which you have created. If you have not created the token, then you can generate by this method. Okay, we already generated the token, so just I will copy the token over here and I will paste it in the existing token. Okay, we already pasted. Okay, then I'll click on the continue. Then I'll say my application is JS. Okay, so and the operating system, I'll be taking Linux operating system. Then this is the code which I have received, right? So just what I will do it, I will go over here. I mean, I will add also this point, so in order to have this one. Okay, so let me just copy this all the contents. let me copy this the key, and what I will do it, instead of token I will add it over there. Okay, so let me review this. In order to do that, just we are back to the Jenkins. We already copied from here, right? So what we have mentioned that the key of this is sonar key, sonar.project key.bingo, right? So here we already mentioned that, okay, the sonar d hyphen project key is equal to bingo. And this, if you're executing multiple shell commands, if you want to execute the shell command, then you have to give these three notations, okay, in order to execute the shell command. So it will be read as the shell commands, right? So this part is done. So let me check we have done everything or no. So let me apply, and I'll try to connect again with the SonarQube, right? So in this step, what we have to do is that it should scan our SonarQube, right? So let's trigger the build, and let me try and check it out what happened to that. So let me go and check out the console output. The console output, what happened, it's saying that SimGate SonarQube define sonar, so it does not match any configuration number of the configure. If you want to reassign, so check the documentation, also apply, no issue. Let's go and check the code over here, what we have done. Let me configure again, go back over there, and we will check it out, and we will resolve this. Okay, so we have already reviewed the credentials is fine. What we have added, I think the environment is missing. Just what we have to do it, we have to go and add one more point over down, and let me just check it out in my existing code which I have. So I have to paste the environment of SonarQube, right? So this part was missing from our end. Okay, SonarQube, right? Just what we are saying, we are calling the SonarQube scanner, right? So what we have stayed over here, let me just go and check. We have added the sonar scanner, right, in the tools and the configuration. Sonar scanner, let me just check it out, sonar scanner. So this is how we are calling it. If you try to edit this sonar scanning, okay, so we are saying that please take this version, okay, which we have tool which we have installed. So this part was missing from our JF file, so just I will apply and save. Now if you try to run, I hopefully that this error will be resolved. Let's wait for the few seconds in order to check it out, the code, and to be scanned in our SonarQube server, right? Okay, there is a one syntax error, no issue, we can resolve this. If there is some syntax error, no issue for that. We can we're supposed to add the environment variable above, right, next to over here, right? I think this will resolve the issue. Just apply and save it over here, and let me try again one more time. So let's see what's happening. So I start building. So whatever the thing is done, let me try and see that it's communicating with the tool which we have installed, and with the server credential which we have given that. So let us see, and we will check it out with the console part. If I go over here and just click here and go for the console output, then I should able to see that the scanning is going on now. I think that is trying to communicate. Yes, he's calling the API of the SonarQube, so he's taking to scan, going for the state, and success is done. So if I go now, see, if you check it over here, you're able to see that there is a 2 bucks, right? The new code is nothing, overall code is 2 bucks, and the lines, how many lines do we have which it's scanned? Okay, so the project is big. So if you check it over here, it will show you that complete issues what they have. Okay, if you check here, if you check this issue, then it will recommend that please don't use array index key, index in the keys. So this is the basic things, right? Small errors, any comments, anything that missed out, right? The remove this commented out part, which is additional, which is no use. So these things will be recommended from SonarQube. Okay, this is how you can do it, right? After getting this, you have to share with your developer. He will resolve all the issues. Fine, this is fine overall. And how many lines does it code exist? we see the code. Okay, so the line of the code is already given. However, is almost more than 1000, right? So this is how it's mentioning which is scanned. Okay, fine. This task also is done. We already scanned our code. Okay, we already scanned our code. The next part, what we have to do it, we have to communicate with the next step, that after that the Trevi and the check tools which we have to be integrated. Okay, I'll be back to the configuration, then I'll go back down, right? Then I will add one more stage in order to execute that. Okay, the next stage, what will be the next stage? We can check it, just we will add the quality gate what we have given, right? The dependencies, install the npm install, because we have not installed npm in our machine yet, right? So what we will do it, we already configured with the same name, install npm install, right? So I think we already we have configured, let me just review it. Yes, Node.js already configured, so it will just call this and will install Node.js application, right? The version which we have mentioned over there. Which version I have checked, let me just go and check it out. If we check the version over here, it is Node.js 16.20. okay, so after that, what pipeline, complete pipeline, we can validate that it is the installation is successfully, and which version we have selected, does that installed or no. So let's see, the dependency has to be clear now, because this is a Node.js application. This is React application which I have initially set, gave information about the code. Okay, so if I go and check out on the console, right, so it is showing that after the scanning, okay, it what it did, it have installed npm, right? Npm audit. So installation. Okay, this installation is done, right? Okay, after that we will go and we will check it out. Our next part, the part is we have to go to the back to the configure. Now what we will do it, as per our drawing, we already done these steps, right? We already configured node SonarQube, and we have installed the dependencies of for application. Then we have gone for Trevi, so we will wait for the Trevi first. We will proceed for owasp, right? So it is a dependency check. Okay, so what we will do it, we have the code over here, just we will give it at fc scan, and I will copy and I will try to execute. Let us see if that is throwing any error over there or no. So just paste over, apply, save, and try to run this command. For the case, if it is successfully done, then it will take a lot of time to do this dependency check, because it has very huge number of lines, so it will take approximately more than 10 minutes. So we will wait for that and we will check it out. We will see that if does it take that much time or no. Okay, so I will pause this video in order to wait to just eliminate the time. If we check it over here, it's still taking installation time. If I go and I will open the console output, so if you check it over here, then you're able to see that it is starting, the scan is taking time to get it, right? So we have to wait for, in order to do this, all the process started, download, it will take more than like 5 to 10 minutes. You have to be, it's one time scan, right? So next time when you are repeating the same steps, that time it will take quickly, because all the packages, whatever whatever the database or whatever it required, it will fetch all the details and it will try to scan our all our codes which is exist in our application. And what happened, one more thing is that one more thing is that what we have pending is that we have, after this we have to scan the tree also, right? So in order to scan the tree, we already have the codes. Like when you are tree is application which, you know, it will scan all your code and it will tell you that is there any vulnerability available in that use case and everything. So if I go over here down, you're able to see that all the things I have mentioned over here. Okay, so what actually owasp dependency check it will done, it will identify any vulnerability available, right? It will analyze your project dependency, including library, framework which you're using, right? If you're using any packages you have installed, okay, it will check. How it will check it? I know that it has some database available. owasp dependency has a database available, right? With that, that is called National Vulnerability Database. This is open source tool. From there it will validate, it will check your code with that respect to that, with type of your bug or with type of your security threat is available, right? With that code it will create one result file and automatic scanning. It will dependency can be integrated in a development process. Okay, multiple languages. So it supports all the languages: JavaScript, Net, Python, Reboot, any JavaScript, Node.js, Next.js, and useful very vulnerable detection. Dependency checks enable to develop to identify and address security issues related to development cycle, right? So it can be used anywhere, web application, any software with a dependency. Okay, this is how. And one more point is that what we have mentioned in this case, if you're completing this project, it will look like something here, right? When you click on the dependency checks, it will show you that what the severity of your code is there, in medium, high, or a critical. If it is something is critical, you have to revert back, provide the details to the to the developer. He will go through that and he will do the changes in his code base. Okay, so this is how the DevOps engineer has able to do that. Okay, so let me just check it out. Just we will wait for the few seconds. So hopefully that will be resolved. It's taking few more times, just we have to wait. So I have to pause this video. So you have to be sure, you know, you have to have the patience while you are doing the scan. So our scan is completely done. It took like 5 to 10 minutes to do completely scan. You have to be patient. Okay, so it's taking 5 minutes. Okay, so in the Bingo's application scan, quality gate scan is already done and it is passed. If you check over here, it will show you something like this, the details about this, how the severity is, it is, right? This is how you can know it completely. You can go through this everything and you can provide the details to your developer, who can just go and check it out, the socket IO. There is some issues, we can check with this on the Google or any difference from the owasp website. Then you will know what's exactly the vulnerability is. Okay, so this already done. The next step what we have to do it, we have to create we have to integrate our Docker, right? We in our pipeline. So in order to make this Docker image and push this image to our Docker hub, right? So we have to do that. Before that, what we have missed out one more point, that we have to go for one more scan. That scan is that we have to integrate TV in our application, right? So we have to go for the TV. So what we will do it, just we'll go and we will add the steps of the TV, right? So basically what I'm saying is that please create a TV scan, right? TV scan, and whatever the output is that, please put in tvfs.txt file. Okay, this is the file name which we have given. We can give any name, but based on my case I'll give this name. Okay, so just I will save this. Okay, I will save this and I will exit from this, save, apply. And what I will do it now, this time I will try to run again the same build step, right? So what happened after creating this owasp scan, right? What dependency scan, then what happened, it will go for the tree scan. Okay, just wait for the few seconds. Yeah, before that what we will do, we'll go to the Docker hub, right? I have already used my credential to log into Docker hub. Here you are to the Docker hub, right? So just taking time to rebuild it, right? So this install dependency is fine. owasp fs scan is going on now. Before we already completed, so it will not take more time now in this time. So let's check that. whenever you're building your application like CI/CD pipeline, then automatically all the processes will go in the sequence way, right? First it will go for the tool installation, then it will clean the workspace existing, then it will fetch our code from the GitHub which we have given, right? It will SonarQube analysis which we have indicated. If this is passed from the web code, then it will go for the quality gate check, okay, quality gate check, and it will install the dependencies, right? The dependency in the sense what we have given for the npm installation, right? And then it will install owasp fs scan, right? Then afterwards it has to go for the 3v scan. So this will take few seconds, just we will wait in order to review this, okay? So just I will pause this video. So 3v scan also is done successfully, okay? So now what we will do it, we will add the credentials of the Jenkins, right, in credential of the Docker in our system, right? So what I will do it, I will go back to the Jenkins, right? I'll go back to here, then I'll go back to manage Jenkins, and then I'll go for the credentials over here, then I have to add globally, then we'll go with the user passname. What is my username which I have where I have given, what is my username? My username is over here. Just I will paste it over here which I have given, and the password you can give the direct the password of your Docker, right? So just after giving all the credentials, I will save it over here, then the credential is saved, right? So if I go on the global credentials, we added 2 credentials. One is Sonar token, which is we are using, Docker, which we are going to use it, okay? This part is done. Then what we will do it, we'll go back to our pipeline. Our pipeline is completed. If you go for back and check console output, then you will see that, you know, everything is scanned. If you see over here, so Trevi generated one file over here, okay? So how we can do it now? If you go over here and if you go for our pipeline, right, so dependency check report is going over here, and what happened then afterwards, what we have to see one file which we have indicated, right? So just go for the status. We will just click on the build, which is the 11 build, right? Just I'll go for the build, right? I'll click on the build, then I can go for the workspaces just in order to check. Before that, I'll check on the dependency check, which will give me all the data what is the I have shown you before, right? And in order to check what the Trevi scan, if you click on this bingo build, okay, then you're able to see one trevi.xtx file, okay? In the console also you can find the same path. If you just go back over here, let me copy the path over this, okay? And if you go here, cd, if you ll here, you're able to see that, no, just a second, let me just cd and var projects, and you're able to see that there is a one Trevi file. If you just cat Trevi, then you're able to see that this is a result of your Trevi file, okay? So if I go for again, then you're able to see that this is a title, this is a fix, this is a things, okay? Install version is it, this is fixed version, and the severity of our code bases and post sss, socket io, engine io, next.js. So it's showing all the issues, and it's giving the title also where it is there. And if you click on the link, it will show you exactly how you can resolve this all issues, okay? So from the console CLI you can find from here. If you go back up again, then from here also you can, if you just click on over here, if you click the file over here, you're able to see it like this in this something like this case. But if you go for the console way, you can see it readable, okay? So this is fine. The next step what we have to do, we already added GitHub credentials, right? So what we will do it, we will go in the pipeline and we will add the pipeline code over here. So the next step is that we have to add, right? Let me explain this completely. Just I'll paste it over here, right? So what we are doing is that we are creating one container out of our application, right? I think we have missed out some points. Okay, after file scan, what we will do it, we will create what we will do it, docker build and push. What we will do, our code, whatever the code of the Bingo application is, we are creating the image out of it, and we are pushing to the Docker hub. Okay, so for that, what I'm saying that the credential is in the Docker, so we added here, right, Docker credentials. So it will call the Docker credential, and I have giving the username also, and I'm saying that please make it as a bingo/latest. Okay, and the command we are choosing docker push. After tag this one, and push this image to our repository, which is in the GitHub. Okay, and then after what we're doing, we are adding one more point, is that we want to scan this, right? So what we are saying in tree image scan. Okay, before what we are doing was that we are scanning the file, right? File scan. Now we are saying that please, whatever the image is done and push in the GitHub, please scan this image. Okay, scan this image and provide us the result over this. And after that, what we are saying, whatever the image is scanned, just pull that same doc image after passing this stage from our Docker hub. Okay, and run that image. Okay, run that image and make a container out of it and export in 3000 port. Okay, so this already 3 steps we have added. I will apply and I will save it, and I will try to run now. Okay, just wait for the few seconds. Let's see, does it have pushed my Docker container, right, Docker image to my Docker hub with the name. If you check in my repository, I don't have anyone with the name of the Bingo, right? So just I will wait for the few seconds. Let us see before that what we have added. Let us review that also. So just what name I have given the name as Bingo. So just the Bingo has to be appeared over there. So just go here, just let me zoom out so that you can see it. Okay, this PRC installation dependency is going on. Just wait for the few seconds. Okay, so if you go over here, we already completed all the pack specs. If you check over here, right? Okay, what we have done, we have created everything. We have installed this one, and we have scanned this, and we are building the image and pushing to the Docker hub. And out of this image, we are scanning this image with the TV, so that if any vulnerability is there in our Docker image, that has to be notified to us, right? And then after that, what happens, we are using the same Docker image and we are deploying into the container, right? So we are making out of that image, out of that is a one container, and we will deploying on our EC2 instance, right? So after that, we are pending work is this is done, this is not done. Okay, we need the SSL certification to install this, and we are installed on this one, right? So just we'll wait for the few seconds, right? We will configure that too. Just go over here and we'll check it out how other things is going on. Let me go and refresh. Does any image it push into my account? Still is taking time, right? No issue. We'll wait for the few seconds because it have all the steps over there, so it will take few seconds to do that. So just will follow what is the console output. So we are updated to that. So it's saying that docker run dev warning. Okay, dependency warning is coming up. Docker pull complete. Okay, checksum is passed. No issue. Just wait for docker pushed, right? So image is pushed. Let us see that is image TD is appeared anything with the name of Bingo. Yes. See, just in the less than 1 second, right? 1 minute ago, I received one image with the name of asim19/bingo. Okay, so this step is passed. Now we'll go for the another step. So what happened now? It's scanning the image which is available in our Docker hub, right? So in our Docker hub we have asim19 Bingo, right? It's scanning that image out of it, and vulnerability scanning is enabled, secret scanning is enabled. If your scanning is low, try scan for, okay, no issue. Just we wait for the few seconds so that the scan get complete. Then after that, it will automatically take this image and create a container out of that image. Okay, and it will be deployed into the EC2 instance. Docker push and build is completed. Now it's going for the tree scan image, right? It's scanning the tree, scanning our images. So if I check the pass, okay, now if I check it over here, then I should be able to see that all the steps has passed. If I go for the console output, in order to check that, if I go down below here, after the pushing the Docker, right, what happened is that, okay, this is a state. It started the scan of our image, right, of our Docker image. Then what happened after scanning the Docker image, then what is done, it has started our running, creating one Docker container out of our Docker image, and it's at move 3000 port. So now that is finished and successfully. So if our claim is successful, then what will happen, it should be working on 3000 port, right? Our application should be working on 3000 port. So let me go and check it out, 3000 port, because we already enabled through Terraform in the initial when we are setting up the infrastructure. So see how here we have found everything. So I'll just give Asim, I'll give I'll get test room name, I'll give Akram, right? I'm able to enter to the chart. Okay, this is how you can do it, right? If I want to create a room out of it, I can create a test, right, the same way what we have built in the locally to create the rooms, right? So this testing also is fine. So this is how you can create your application. But the issue is that, can you give this IP address to your customer? No, you cannot give it. So what you need to understand is that, okay, so let me go quickly over here, is that nginx, we require reverse proxy for our application. So let me check nginx is installed or no. Yes, nginx is installed or no. Yes, is installed. Okay, so what I will do it, I will go and I will create one reverse proxy file. So the default path of this is nginx site availables, right? If I ll over here, there is a one default file. So what I will do it, I will use nano file, and I will give it asim, no, I'll give it bingo.asim, right? Asim tech. I will open this one, then what I will do, I will create one nginx file name, right, to listen 80 port, and I will give the name of our server, right, asim.com. So in order to do that, I required a domain, right? So I have a domain hosting over here. Let me open that also. So what I will do it, I will go over here and I will add the name of my application, my URL domain, right? So this is the name which I am giving for my domain, right? I'll go over here and I will add app dot, right? So just I will add the app dot cloudtech.com. Just I'll keep enter, then I'll keep yes, and I will exit over here. Okay, so this part is done. What I have to do it now, I know the IP of this, right? So my IP address of this is this one. So I'll go into the DNS of my account. Just I'll go and I have existing record which I will overwrite over with app, right? Overwrite with app. Just a second. Okay, let me copy this also. Just I will save it. It will take few seconds to redirect and update in the servers, right? DNS record updated in our domain. So just we'll wait for the few seconds. Okay, this DNS is already updated, and what we will do it, we will make it Jenkins also very secure way. So this is not the way how you make it your Jenkins access with your IP. So in order to do that, I will add one more point over here and I will update here, right? So this also is done. Okay, so updatation is already done with our IP address, which is the latest IP address. Okay, after doing that, what we have to do it, we have to symbol link our application file with this file. Okay, so what I have to do it, I have to go back here and I'll go and I will change the name Asim to bingo, right? We have given the name as a bingo. So just what we are doing, we are making a symbol link between the site availables and the site enable. This is a prerequisite for nginx. Okay, after that I'm checking just nginx -t just to make sure that everything is working fine. Okay, -t, right? So the configuration is file, right? So what I will do it now, systemctl restart nginx, right? In order to start compile new commands, restart nginx, systemctl restart nginx. What happened? Oh, I missed one point. System restart system. So now what happened with the domain which we added now, if I say that I'm going with the app, right? No, I have added bingo name, right? If you click over here, so I'll be finding the app.insighttherapy.com, right? So if I go in here and I create one private window and I will paste it over here, I should be able to see my app now, right? Not HTTPS, it should be, let me just check it out. App dot, yes, I'm able to see app.simcloud.tech, right? But now the thing is that this is a secure connection. Whenever the user coming up, if you see not secure, that means he's not going to visit your site. It feels that this might be a hacking, or this site is not secure. You cannot give any credentials over here. You cannot, the user, you cannot pass anything here. So it's unsafe. There might be tracking in between. In order to make it secure, what we can do it, we can install the plugins, right? We can ask nginx to provide us, we can add let encrypt, right? To provide us a free SSL certification, which will be used by our website. Okay, so for that we need to install some plugins which we are going to install now. So now what we will do it, we will install some of the plugin. As I said, just I will update the package, right? Just hit enter, control C. Just let me just update the packages over here. Update package, then afterwards we will request our domain, right? We will install the plugins, right, of the subboard. After the plugin is done, we will add our domain requesting, right? What is our domain? That is owasp, right? So I'll copy the same command over here and I'll go back here and I will paste it subboard nginx. So what happened, it will ask you a few questions. I will have to email address, so I will give it asim@gmail.com. This is my email address, right? Only for the testing I say yes, I'll be part of your, yes, I'll be part of you. So it's requesting you on one certificate, right? For the app.ssl certificate, right? App.asimcloudtech.com. So now if you go and check it out, let me just check it that also. College accessibility and okay. So now if I check over here that what we have asked, so if you see that there some lines has been added. This is added as SSL certification is managed by Setboard, is issued by the Setboard, that is open source provider. They are the org, right, organization which is free, so they are providing SSL certification. So now if I go and check here the domain which is not secured, if you refresh over here, you'll be seeing that this site is secure now. Okay, see, it's got HTTPS. If you click on this link over here and if you go for connection is secure, then if you want to try to learn about this, you can learn it. It will show you from where it got the certificate. Is from the app.asimcloudtech.com. It shoot for that, and it shoot for from the organization that is Let's Encrypt. This is how you can ask for free SSL certification, right? So, and one more thing is that we were concerned about, right, creating one more Jenkins. This is also, right, Jenkins file, right? Reverse proxy for Jenkins. So what I will do it, I will add the same way. I'll change some of the part and I will say that I'll paste over here and I will say that okay, just make Jenkins, right? So I have already added over here. So what I will do it, I will go and I will add Jenkins dot asim cloudtech.com, right? This is the name which we have given, right? Is this correct or wrong? Let me review that. Okay, awesome. Cloudtech.com, right? Fine, just I will add it. Okay, Jenkins.com. Then I'm saying that okay, fine, this is fine. Just click enter. Why? Fine. After that, what I will do it, I will go quickly and I will make the symbol link of this again, because we have to create that, but I have to change the file name because the file name is Jenkins, right? So just I will give J and tab, so it will be created. After that, I will check it out. Is any error with the J syntax? No, not issue. So after that, what happened? I will request some certificate, right? Instead of app, I will request Jenkins, right? Because I have already asked for Jenkins. So I'll go back over here and I will click it here, right? So what happened after that, it will ask the same certificate, one more certificate for the Jenkins asimcloud.com, right? So this also is successfully done. So if you click it over here, if you just hit enter, right, you are directed to the Jenkins which we have used, right? Let me just go and we added like bingo user, right? Bingo user, and the name also bingo user. Bingo user. Okay, so if you are signed into it, right? See, this is what we have done it, right? This is how you can make it secure. If you check here, it's showing that this is same. This is issued by SSL certification issued by Let's Encrypt. Right, this is how you can make your complete project secured wise, right? If you come to the this document will be shared to you. So we have done every single step we have added over here. Okay, the basic concept was to have first to check it locally. We have tested out, we have created infrastructure using Terraform, then we have added the Jenkins over here, then we added install dependency, then we have installed scanned our files, right? And we added our OPS dependency. The file is scanned for the GitHub, right? GitHub, whichever the file is available in the GitHub, that files are scanned. Then we are going for the dependency check. Then we have created one image out of our code, right? Whatever the code was available from there, we created one image out of it. From that image is then again scanned, right? Then we use this Docker container from the Docker Hub, and we deploy to EC2 instance. To access on the browser side globally, we used nginx to make it reverse proxy and available every time, right? And we used SSL certification so that it should be used secured way. So hopefully this is available, this is fine. And my request is that please practice 2 to 4 times so that you can be perfect in that. We have covered all the aspect which a DevOps engineer or any person who is interested to have the knowledge as a DevOps engineer and about the tools what we are using in the IT industry for the automations like CI/CD and everything. So this is the best way you can go with the project, and you can add this project in your resume too. So this is the best project you can go ahead. Thank you. And what we'll do it now, and we missed out one more point. Now when you're creating the infrastructure, right? So I'll go back again to the Terraform, right? I will open the terminal. Right? The terminal is here. What I will do it now, I will destroy everything. So I will use the command so that the charges should not be applicable unnecessarily for me, right? Terraform destroy. So now in the few seconds you will see that all the infrastructure what we have created in within these 2 hours, it will be deleted in the few seconds, right? In the few seconds or a minute. So what happened is checking my everything. So let me go back here, right? I'll go to the instance first. Let me review that is happening anything over here. So I think it's deleting that. I think I have to mention yes. Please proceed. So it will take few seconds and it will destroy everything. So if I go now refresh this, so you should be able to see that, you know, instance is getting terminated, stopped and terminated. See, it's already terminated. I don't have anything over here, so it's showing that it's shutting down. If I go and check over here, so I should be able to see that I don't have anything. So here also what I will do it, I will just delete this entries what I have created, because this is not the secure way, because I don't have the IP with me. I have been terminating, right? So this is the things. See, here also is taking rotation, so possibly the connections will go, and this connection also will go. And I will delete this also as per this. Okay, so let me validate that. It's showing that all the resources have been destroyed. Let us validate it. If I go for the console, you're able to see that I don't have anything over here. So thank you for watching, for connecting with us. Please practice one or two times. You'll be able to be perfect in that. It will take few hours, I know, but you have to give it to be perfect, to know how the real-time scenario works for this. Thank you connecting with me. Thank you very much. Stay tuned, and I will be coming back with a new episode, new tutorial. Okay, thank you very much.